Welcome to my channel. This playlist offers insights into the impending golden age of humanity. Feel free to show your support by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. Your engagement is greatly appreciated. Thank you. Young souls incarnate on third-density planets such as Terra to embark on a physical existence aiming to grow spiritually and eventually graduate. On one hand, Earth serves as a school for these young soul fragments, each on their individual path towards higher realms. On the other hand, every school requires teachers, and there's a perpetual demand for old and at times ancient souls to enter the physical realms. These teachers are often referred to as Starseeds by humans on Terra. However, the concept of Starseeds is intricate, and it's crucial to distinguish among the various types of Starseeds. From the perspective of Ra, all souls focused on Terra, regardless of their age, whether young, old, or ancient, have a distinct mission on the planet. Some engage in study, others in teaching, some may stir up trouble, and some become saviors. It's a diverse mix of polar opposites engaging with duality and evolving through these experiences. From a higher perspective, Earth represents a fascinating experiment where souls acquire physicality, temporarily forget their true essence, and eventually rediscover their inherent manifestation powers. To many humans, this description may seem distant, as they have struggled to reconnect with their innate abilities for a long time. Nevertheless, the essence of source energy remains constant. Unity prevails, and love is the fundamental essence. Everything else ultimately emerges as byproducts of love in a physical or semi-physical setting. From the perspective of source energy, distinctions such as young, old, or ancient souls don't apply, as all souls are part of the original 9 fractals created. However, new soul fragments continue to be generated through soul fractalization in the lower realms. Therefore, it is accurate to state that some souls have attained a higher degree of spiritual awareness. Or more precisely, they have experienced greater expansion. In light of this, we, the collective of Ra, classify souls based on their understanding of unconditional love. Souls embarking on their journey in this universe enter the educational system at the first density. They progress to the 12th, with those in densities 1 to 4 considered young souls. This classification arises from the challenge of comprehending the unconditional nature of love while experiencing amnesia. Upon graduating to the semi-physical 5th realm, they are considered old souls, having gained a deeper knowledge of source energy, recollection of their soul's journey, and the purpose behind their existence on various planets in this universe. Finally, upon leaving the semi-physical realms and graduating into the light heavens of 9 to 12, they appear as light beings only and are referred to as ancient souls. At the ninth realm, unconditional love becomes their reality. Please remember that being an old soul does not equate to being good or loving. It simply implies that the soul fragment has undergone more expansion than a younger one. The goal is not to age as much as possible, but rather to merge into oneness as swiftly as possible and relinquish individuality altogether. For a soul fragment, this translates into merging with the mother soul at the ninth density, and for mother souls, it means merging with the soul family upon graduation from the 12th realm. Therefore, old and ancient souls eventually disappear by forsaking separation in favor of the collective experiencing, merging back into a greater form of oneness. The service to others path offers a much shorter and faster ascension journey compared to the service to self path. This is why one should not think in terms of older being better. We simply aim to expand your understanding of the soul's journey. We, the collective of Ra, draw a clear distinction between old souls and ancient ones due to their distinct missions. When we refer to old souls, we are speaking of soul fragments from semi-physical densities 5 to 8. We call them Starseeds when they incarnate into a human avatar in the third density. Starseeds are soul fragments on an Earth mission to assist their soul families already present on the planet. These starseeds are drawn to either a positive or negative polarity based on their chosen ascension paths in previous incarnations. In other words, soul fragments accumulate soul memory. Past lives as benevolent or malevolent beings leave a distinct soul imprint. When they incarnate into human bodies on Earth, their soul memory sets their agenda. The golden ratio leans 80-20 in favor of the positive polarity, and these percentages are maintained by the universal matrix. What transpires on Earth is mirrored on all third density planets in this universe, making it not a unique event in and of itself. Ancient souls, as we describe them, are mother souls or higher beings from the light realms 9 to 12, incarnating into lower realms. When they take human avatars, we refer to them as ascended masters. These light beings select avatars in lower realms and spend lifetimes in those bodies to accelerate and aid the ascension process by elevating the frequency of the population. Sometimes their focus is on the entire planet, while other times they guide a specific avatar species or tribe by pushing for a course correction. These ancient souls work hand in hand with the planetary consciousness referred to as Gaia on Earth. Their mission remains constant: to restore energies to balance and ensure a harmonious ascension process, safeguarding the success of graduation or the harvest of wisdom. Fractals of the ninth density collective of Ra continuously incarnate on many planets into billions of avatars to maintain universal balance between polarities. Ra in human bodies are part of the Ascended Master Collective. Old and ancient souls differ significantly in terms of their level of consciousness and their mission when incarnating into avatar species within the third and fourth densities. Ancient souls emanate from unconditional love, and their mission revolves around living unconditionally in avatar bodies, always expressing their truth and embodying love in its entirety. This is not always the case for lower density starseeds, as their primary focus is often on their soul families, resulting in a more conditional mission from the outset. For instance, a starseed from the sixth density may not fully comprehend unconditional love, making their mission on Earth inherently conditional from the beginning. Ancient souls on Terra often operate independently, and their paths can be solitary. They do not necessarily have a preferred star family, nor do they automatically belong to a specific geographical location, group, or tribe. In contrast, old souls retain memories of their earlier incarnations, and it's common for an old soul to choose the same polarity repeatedly. Some follow a path of service to self, while others opt for service to others. The Starseed program inevitably leads to clashes of energies, which, from a human perspective, can result in varying degrees of suffering. However, from the perspective of source energy, both old and ancient souls serve as catalysts for expanding the collective consciousness. Even when old souls with differing agendas clash, any compromises reached ultimately benefit the collective. Arise, Starseeds of Terra. Embrace the dawn of your new golden age.